I just heard the news. You're going to live with your parents-in-law after the wedding, right?
Hey, Sophie. That's right. They were quite persistent in having us. After a lot of talking back and forth, we've decided to move in.
I can't imagine how much of a drag that must have been. Those two are quite stubborn and never really listen to what you have to say. They aren't like city people. They've been living in that small town for their whole lives. Their mindset is very conservative. They really value family and unity. They think it's very important to stick together. I know you might find it a pain at times, but do your best to bear with them. I'm always here if you need a free counselor.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Hopefully things won't get that bad. But I do appreciate the support. I know living together will have its challenges, but it won't be forever. The moment you guys come back, we'll be out of the house. Until then, we'll just make the best out of our situation. Working hard, building up our savings, and hopefully getting closer with the parents.
What was that? Until we come back?
Yes, that's right. That's what the parents and I agreed on. Your parents told me that after 3 years, your husband will finish working at the main office and move back home. Until then, they wanted us to move in so they didn't feel lonely. Was there some sort of miscommunication issue?
Right! How could I forget? Silly me! That's the story we told you so you would move in.
You're saying it's a lie? Why would you lie about something like that?
That's right, we lied. I hate to break it to you, but only half that story is true. It's true my husband won't be working at the head office forever, but we won't be going back there when he's finished. He's actually finishing his work a lot earlier than planned. Right about now, to be precise. Originally, we were going to move back there so he could work at his previous office, but he's been offered an alternative option, working from home. So there's no reason to move back there. We can continue the lifestyle we have here while he works remotely.
I see. Good for you two, then.
Thank you. The kids have made a lot of friends, and we're used to the city life. It will be much easier living here than back there. There's no reason for us to move.
That's all well and good, but what are we going to do if you don't move back? You know how much our parents-in-laws love their eldest son. They're waiting for him to come back. Not only that, we aren't planning on staying here forever. We'll be out of here in a couple of months max. They're going to be alone. No one wants to spend their last years on their own. They want to be surrounded by family.
Well, you'll just have to stay there a little while longer, won't you?
No, we have our own life to live. We won't stay here any longer than we need to.
Let me tell you something juicy. The parents are in on it too, you know. We told them we aren't making any compromises and will continue living here in the city. They tried to put up a fight, but eventually gave in. Despite knowing that we aren't coming back, it seems they lied to you at that meeting. I guess you just have to bite the bullet and stay there forever.
The parents hid this from us? I know at times they have been really hard to deal with, but I thought they were good people. We were really reluctant to move in and agreed to on the premise that we would move out soon. How could they deceive us like this?
Don't be so negative about this. This kind of works in your favor, doesn't it? You wanted to save money, right? The longer you stay with them, the more your savings will increase. That's probably better than moving somewhere expensive and wasting your money on rent. It's not all doom and gloom.
Yes, there is a bright side to the situation, but I'm not happy with that at all. You don't know how much we tried to tell them no. Alex and his father got into a heated argument about it. We gave in and thought 3 years of living together wouldn't be too long as we could leave. We never thought they'd do something like this.
Well, it's too late. At this point, you must have already moved all your furniture in. There's no turning back now. Even if you tried leaving in secret, being in a small town like that, someone is bound to find out. Once that happens, you can expect our parents-in-law to drag you back home.
Seems like you've taken the time to think about this scenario. To think that I actually liked you.
You don't know how much I've been dreading moving back to that little town. Just the thought of it makes me want to puke. You already know how stubborn those two are. We argued over and over about why we should live together. But it doesn't matter now. I should thank you for marrying their youngest son at such a good time. Now we can live in the big city in peace. You've been quite useful.
Don't talk about us like we're chess pieces that you can sacrifice. Is that really the way you thought about me this whole time?
Life isn't fair, Sarah. Tragedy is always around the corner. I think I'll leave it at that. Enjoy your new life in this small town. Those two are getting so old now. Don't be surprised if you become a 24/7 nurse. We'd help out, but seeing as we're so far away, there's not much that we can do. Sorry, darling.
Sarah, I'm so sorry. I just heard what happened. My parents told me everything. I never knew my brother was planning on not coming back. I can't believe I fell for something like this. This is all my fault. I should have seen something like this happening.
Can I trust you? You aren't in on this, are you, Alex? I really trusted Sophie and your parents, and I never thought they would turn their back on me.
I guess when things come to this, it's hard to trust the people around you. It hurts that even my fiancé can't trust me. But you have to believe me. I didn't know anything about this. Forcing us to live here was a trap made by my brother and my parents.
I see. So your parents really did set us up, didn't they?
That's right. They didn't even feel sorry about it. They said that Greg was the star of the family. They called me ungrateful. Apparently, I should be begging for the chance to live with them. Can you believe that they actually tried to turn the tables on me? That old cranky man. How can he see himself in a position of justice when he lied to his own son? I've really lost respect for him. Sarah, I'm really sorry that you have to put up with my family like this.
No, it's fine. You really didn't know anything about this, did you, Alex? You haven't done anything wrong. There's no need to apologize. But let's talk about the real issue. What do we do about this? Is there a way we can move out and find an apartment for ourselves? Or is all we can do just grit our teeth and live with them for the rest of our lives?
I want to get out of here just as much as you, but it won't be that easy. We have to be smart about this and think of a plan. For starters, all our luggage and furniture have been moved into here. The moment we start trying to find a new place for ourselves, they're going to catch on quick.
You're right. It will be hard making any moves behind their back. I feel like they've got eyes on us even when we don't realize it. Especially when we use our phone.
Even if we did move out, my workplace is located in this area, so they'd find out instantly. I can imagine my father barging through the office looking for me. Once he finds out where we live, who knows how he will respond. My parents are the type of people to break down the door and get violent.
They have no issue lying to us, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that.
I'm still shocked by all of this. How could they do this? I don't care how much my brother hates the lifestyle here. I can't believe he would do this to me. Does he hate me that much?
Maybe we're the ones at fault for not realizing that's the way they've been thinking about us. We'll just have to be more cautious about the people around us now.
Don't say stuff like that, Sarah. We're victims here. I don't want you putting any blame on yourself. I never told you this, but did you know that my brother was receiving money from my parents just to live here? You would think as a way of showing gratitude, he would decide to live with them from this point on. Despite that, he throws it back in their face and decides to move away.
Did he really? I didn't know that. We aren't receiving any money from them.
He sure did. Not only that, but my parents also paid for their honeymoon expenses. And you know my brother. He loves the taste of luxury.
Even the honeymoon? If I'm not mistaken, they also paid for the wedding, right?
Yes. Sounds amazing, right? But when the little brother decides to live with his parents, he doesn't receive any money at all. They said it's ridiculous to give money to someone who isn't the pride of the family. I may not be my brother, but I've made a good stature for myself too.
I never knew any of this. They are completely different from what I thought they were. You did a good job hiding the nasty sides of your family.
I wouldn't let you know any of this. How could I? Wouldn't you be embarrassed to have parents like this? As you can guess, my parents have been in love with my brother since he was born. Consequently, I'm used to this type of treatment. It's just the same type of thing I experienced as a boy up until I was a man. My brother is always looking for a chance to further his position. He will step on other people's heads if it means getting himself to the top. The moment Tim and Sophie got married, they didn't waste a second trying to get into the big city.
Aren't you criticizing him too much? He is your brother.
No, I don't think so, actually. I'm sure he loves talking me down to our parents and his wife. You don't know my brother. He's been like that from the very beginning. I've put up with his egotistical nature since I was born.
You might be right. He does give me that type of vibe.
Okay, I've made a decision. Let's just grit our teeth and get through this predicament. I'll make the most of what we got. If we have to live on the same land as my parents, I'm at least building a second home here. I'd love to see them argue with that.
What? Do you mean a smaller home separate from the main home? That's going to put a hole in our pockets.
That's right. The only time I want to see my parents' face is when we pass each other outside. I'm quite happy they tried to force us to live with them now. This can turn out to be a great opportunity for us. We're still living on the same land, so they should be happy with that. Everything works out.
It does sound nice. Moving out completely would be better, though. I guess this is our only option. Here is to the rest of our lives.
I'm afraid it is. But don't get your spirits down just yet. I'll find a way to break free of this living arrangement. Just trust me. I've got a plan.
Wait, now you've lost me. I don't know where you're going with this. We're going to move out after building a whole house here? That seems like a waste of money.
Yes. If we do this right, we should be able to move out quite easily. But it's going to be tough and we will have to work hard. I have an idea, but for the meantime, let's just do our best and get used to our new lifestyle.
Hey there! Congratulations on the new home! I never thought you guys would actually build a second home. I'm impressed. What a great idea. You guys deserve a pat on the back.
That's right. We've seen the future ahead of ourselves and planned in advance. We are very content with the home. It wasn't easy, though. It takes time gathering the materials to build a new home. We've been building this home for about 2 years now. All the hard work has paid off.
That's pretty fast with all things considered. Building such a beautiful house like that at such a young age is amazing. I'm serious. I'm really impressed. Not only that, but you can avoid the biggest issue, which is the parents-in-law. Both my husband and the kids love this place. We're going to grow very attached to it. Thank you for your hard work.
I'm sorry? Where are you right now, Sophie? I don't recall giving you a tour of the home yet.
Okay, I'll tell you my little secret. We snuck into your new house.
Excuse me? What the hell do you think you're doing?
As you know, our parents-in-law have a soft spot for Greg. They've been nagging him to see the new place. So we hauled ourselves out here to see what's up. Once we saw it, we fell in love instantly. They said if it's to our liking, we may be able to kick you two out. And the tactic was simple. All we have to do is move in before you do. Here we are now, moving our furniture into your new home.
No, please don't. Not our precious home.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but we really like this place. We just can't resist. My husband is getting sick of the city life. He's starting to think that this small town isn't such a bad idea after all. You even went as far as to build a study for us. A perfect little area for Greg to work in. We would be idiots to pass up this opportunity.
This doesn't make sense. You said you hated living in this small town. That's why you tricked us and made us live here in the first place, right? Can you just make up your mind already?
What? Aren't people allowed to have a change of heart? Things change and people change.
You're serious? You really want to live here? After all that complaining and making us live here for 2 years.
Well, we have to think about our children. After a prolonged period of time living in the competitive lifestyle of the city, we realized it isn't suitable for raising children. Greg and I sat down and had a talk. We came to the conclusion that the countryside is more suitable for them to grow up in. Which works out great because you built this perfect home for us. We don't have to worry about looking for a house or paying for it either. We'll be moving in today. Thanks, darling.
I'm sorry, today? Who do you think you are? This is not your home to move into. If you moved in, what are we supposed to do? You're seriously taking advantage of us again, a second time.
Like I care. This is how the jungle works. The strong get stronger and the weak get eaten. You have no hopes of moving back into this home. Don't waste your time. If I were you, I'd hurry up and find a new apartment before you are out on the streets. Just so you know, our parents-in-law said you can't stay at their house while we're here.
I assumed as much. We haven't gotten an ounce of kindness from them.
Well, that settles it. You know what to do. Don't worry, we'll be sure to treat the house with care. We'll put it to better use than you ever could.
After all that talk about hating the small town life, the moment we build a new house, you mysteriously show up. You don't even ask permission. You just freely move in like there's no issue. I know my husband isn't respected in this family, but surely he has the right to say no to you.
I have to disagree with that. Your husband doesn't have what it takes to win like mine does. At the end of the day, it's up to the parents-in-law. They clearly like Greg more than your Alex. Not only that, but you have no children. Do you think they would rather be around you and your lonely husband, or us and our cute grandchildren? Every old person enjoys being around the youth. It invigorates them.
Okay then. You have clearly won the battle for our parent-in-law's affection. I know they would have talked badly about us the past 2 years. I'm not surprised.
That's right. They can't wait to ditch the life with you and start a new one with us. It's going to be a bright future. Good luck finding an apartment. With your luck, it's going to be broken down and beyond repair.
If that's the way it has to be, I guess we'll be leaving then. Thanks for taking the house off us. Who would have thought everything went just as Alex had planned? I'm getting goosebumps just from how right he was.
Exactly as planned? You plan to get kicked out of your own home?
That's right. Enjoy the new home, you cockroaches. Hope you rot there forever.
What are you talking about? And who are you calling a cockroach?
You. I'm calling you a cockroach.
The cute cockroach couple. Stop that! Who do you think you are insulting me?
As you can guess, we built this house with the intention of you taking it off us. We don't actually need it, nor do we want it. Do with it as you will. It's none of our concern now.
Explain yourself! What is going on? I don't like your attitude.
Alex said it himself. Your husband loves taking advantage of other people. He knew the moment we built a nice home here that his brother would try to take it off us. What do you know? That's exactly what happened. Alex is smarter than you think.
Okay. How does this benefit you? You spent all that money on building this house and it's getting taken away from you.
Maybe you are unaware, but we've been renting an apartment under the premise that we can't live in our house while it's still being built. In doing so, we were able to distance ourselves from the parents-in-law and could find a new apartment without their eyes on us.
Your new apartment? You know they will find you as soon as you move out. They don't like being insulted.
It won't be that easy. Alex changed jobs recently. He'll be working somewhere far from that little town. We've moved in an area that's way too far for them to find us.
You might be smarter than I thought, Sarah. I didn't think you two had this type of behavior in you.
It's all thanks to you. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have been able to find a new place to live in with no one knowing. Well, I hope you enjoy the home we built for you. Feel free to abuse it as much as you want. Bye!
I just received a message from my brother. Looks like they've taken the bait and moved in. Just as planned. He's bragging about his new home and saying we will never be welcome there. Your arrogance has gotten the best of you, brother.
Sophie got in contact with me as well. She was bragging about it too. They're quite a good match for each other. I told her she's free to do whatever she wants. The house is all hers.
Good. They won't like it for long. We're finally free from that dull small town life. No more parents. No more 40-minute drives to the shops. The plan was a huge success. We did it!
I still can't believe it. Maybe I'm still dreaming.
I've already moved all our stuff to the new place. I'm getting everything organized now. How are you? Do you need a hand with anything?
No, I'm fine. I finished notifying the tax agency and Social Security Administration of our new address. We are free to start our new life.
That's my wife. We have nothing left to worry about now. I can't tell you how happy I am about this. Let's have a party celebrating escape from those 2 years of torture. How about we eat something fancy for a change? I'll put on something nice.
Sounds great. We just moved into the area. Let's see what this new place has to offer. I'll get home as soon as I can. Hey there, Miss Sarah. Hope I'm not interrupting your peaceful afternoon. Have you seen our new photos on social media? We had an amazing party in our new home. I know you feel triumphant about us moving in, but no matter how you look at it, we just got a new house and you did all the heavy work. I never got a chance to say thank you. You have done us a big favor. Things couldn't have worked out any better for us. You're welcome. I've seen the photos and they look very good indeed. I'm glad you're enjoying the new home. It's looking very nice. I guess all that's left is the home loan. Good luck. What home loan? You're the one that's supposed to pay that. I'm sorry? You're the one that will be paying it. No. The loan is meant to be paid by the person that built the house. You're a bit of a comedian, Sarah. What makes you think we would pay for it? We are just the occupants. Paying that loan is your responsibility. You expect us to pay the loan if we're not even living there? That's some pretty strange logic. That loan would be under your name. You can't just force us to pay it without our consent. Just give up already. You can't do anything against us. We've won this war. We're quite comfortable living in this home. We don't need any unnecessary expenses. All right, but it's not under our name. Then whose name is it under? That would be our father-in-law. When we said we were building a second house, he said he would take over the loan. Everything from the land to the house is all under his name. What? That old fool! Why didn't he just let you pay the loan? Being on the pension, he certainly doesn't have the money to pay that off. They don't give much to the elderly folk. Seeing as he won't be able to pay it, the only option left is for you and your husband to pay it. I hope you guys have deep pockets. Are you kidding me? I don't believe any of this. If this is some sort of joke, it is not funny. It makes sense. At the end of the day, he wanted you and your husband here, not us. With him being in charge of the loan, he had the authority to tell us to go whenever he wanted. That sounds just like him. I can see him doing that. Wanting to be the boss of everyone. Just so you know, the loan works out to about $3,500 a month. How do you like your new home now? Are you satisfied with the nice, expensive details we put into it? Are you serious? We have to pay $3,500 a month? That's insanely expensive. They're charging that much for a house in the middle of nowhere? For a house that amazing, what else can you expect? You are living in the best of the best. Our parents-in-law were certain that you would pay it. They expect you have a lot of savings from all the money they gave you over the years.
They thought we had the means to pay $3,500 a month?
They're out of their minds. We have to get them to a nursing home. What would you do if we never came back?
You would have to pay off that house on your own.
Actually, Alex said that he would pay for it if things came to worse. You wouldn't believe the amount of hours he had to put into work. In the end, we managed to save up enough to pay off the loan. The promotions at work helped a lot with that, too. Alex is a good person, and he managed to earn his way to the top. Surely it wouldn't be enough to pay off the whole loan. You'd be surprised. With a lot of hard work and switching companies, we managed to increase our yearly income dramatically. We earn about $120,000 per year, after taxes.
What? That's crazy high!
It all went as expected. We only worked that hard in the case that we had to pay off that loan. Thanks to you, we're free from that fate. Instead, we have a large amount of savings in our pocket. Now we can live a life a little bit more extravagant than we are used to.
This is unbelievable. What are we going to do? Our family isn't like yours. My husband is the only one earning money for us. Even if we both went to work, there's no way we'll be able to pay off that loan.
All you can do is try. If you got a part-time job, you would eventually be able to pay it off.
Are you serious? Do you really expect me to work in a town like this? I tend to all my husband's needs. When we were living in the big city, I was the best wife a man could ask for. I kept everything in that house in order. It was a home that any man would want to come back to. I won't stoop so low as to work in a part-time job in this dump.
I can see you have a lot of pride in yourself. It's not going to help you pay that loan off.
This is all because of that jealous husband of yours. We all know how much he hates his bigger brother. If he was a real man, he'd pay that loan himself. I don't care if it's even half the loan. He should do his part.